It seemed like we were at like 95 degrees, hot and humid, sun was out, and then we had 2 weeks of a lot of rain, and then it turned into fall. Like it's 51 degrees right now. I got my insulated liner in my jacket, so I still plan on getting out to ride as much as I can. But once we get a little bit of snow and we get some ice, I probably will, I'll put the bike away for the winter time, because once we have snow or ice on the road, they put a lot of salt on the road to keep it melted, and they put cinders on the road. Just isn't good for the bike, and I don't want to get salt and cinders all over my bike. I keep it in pretty good shape. Doesn't mean I'm not going to, stay out on the bike. I've rode the bike sometimes into December, but usually I get well into November with it, depending on our weather. I'm hoping to have a few good rides left in the year. You can see the trees are all changing. A lot of the leaves are falling off right now. I don't think we're at the peak of the color yet. Hopefully we do have a beautiful fall. That's one thing that's nice about, well, there's a lot of things nice about Pennsylvania. I try to stay positive. There's also a lot of things not nice about Pennsylvania. I mean, if I had the chance to move out of this state, I would. But it isn't terrible. It isn't the worst place to live. It is a beautiful area to ride in when it's riding season anyway. Like the weather isn't that bad all the time. Like right now it's 50 some degrees. If it was like this every day, you would get used to it. You'd probably wear a liner in your jacket like I have on right now and just have fun with it. It isn't bad as long as the sun's out. And I actually really like the fall season because the temperatures are a little bit cooler, a little bit easier to manage. It feels really good. The leaves start to change colors for a few weeks, and that makes everything look nice, but it doesn't last very long. Like in Pennsylvania, it seems like we have winter and we have summer, and we have a little bit of spring and a little bit of fall. And summer wasn't too bad actually this year. We did have some nice days. I got some good rides in. Really enjoyed my CFMOTO 450 SS this year. I wish I could have actually rode it even more than I did, but I'm happy for the time that I did get to ride it. Look at the trees through here. It's beautiful. But we just never know whether we're going to have snow next week or we're going to have snow in November, December. But typically by December, January, and February, I'll be off the bike. And that doesn't mean I'm not going to keep producing some kind of content, but it probably won't be as much for a few months after we get into the winter season. However, I do have ideas on things I want to do. So I've been toying with the idea for a while about wrapping my bike. And if you have followed my channel since way back in the beginning, you know that I wrapped my KTM Duke, and I did some graphic design wrap on my CFMOTO 300 SS, and I wrapped my smart car. I drive one of my cars is a smart car. I have that fully wrapped, so I do have experience in wrapping. I do a pretty good job at it, I guess, because it stays together. I get a lot of compliments on it. And I've thought about, I really love the looks of my CFMOTO 450 SS, which is why I haven't wrapped it yet. But I have thought about at some point it would be something that I wouldn't mind wrapping, just to help keep the panels looking good. So I've been messing around with designs in my head on how I would wrap the bike. The thing I really like about my bike is it's a 2023 model. I really like the color scheme that they have on this bike. I think it looks really good. So we're going to stay kind of very close to that, but I have a little bit of a wild idea for the bike that I think you guys are really going to like. And the main reason for me wanting to wrap the bike is kind of really to protect the panels from, just road debris, tar, scratches. So I thought about putting on PPF, which is paint protection film, and keeping the bike looking exactly like it does, just cover it in clear plastic. That's the type of wrap that I've never done. I've always done the dry wrap. But now all these color change PPFs have come out, which are a little bit different from a standard wrap. They give you more gloss, they have better protection, they're a little bit thicker, they can be a wet or a dry apply. And I found a color that I think is going to complement this bike really well. And I'm just kind of excited about it. I'm going to do it over the winter time. So I'm going to take all the panels off, do some wrap on the bike. I mean, it's not going to take long to do, but I'll show some videos of my progress. And then in the springtime, I'll put everything back together. We'll do a bike reveal. And I'm kind of a little excited about it. I think the bike is going to look really cool with what I have planned. And if it doesn't, I just take it off and leave it like it is because it looks cool the way it is anyway. So I am bringing you guys along to the lake today. You may be familiar with this ride if you've seen some of my other videos. I don't think I've done a fall video at the lake though. And at some point they're supposed to drain this lake. I don't really know why. I guess they got to clean it out. But they've been talking for years now that some year they're going to drain the lake. So we want to get as many views in up here as we can before they do that. It's a beautiful little lake though. One of my favorite places, not only to ride bike, but just a favorite calm, nice place to, just kind of a nice place to be. I like bringing you guys along up here. Before I forget, I do want to thank you guys. We are at almost 5,000 subscribers, so that was kind of my goal this year, where I wanted to hit 5,000 subscribers, and it looks like before the end of the year, I mean, we're only October now, so I believe we're going to hit 5,000 subscribers on this channel by the end of the year, probably very soon actually. So I want to thank you guys for that. I mentioned in a video not too long ago that once I hit 5,000 subscribers, I'm going to do a video where I tell you guys something about myself, something you might not know. And I mentioned that it isn't anything bad or anything overly weird, but it is something that I don't think you guys probably realize about me. Bumpy, bumpy road, boom, 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 boom. Damn. The fall season in Pennsylvania, this is what you get. Gonna get off here and take a few pictures of the bike because it looks good. Take a few pictures of it before I wrap it. We're going the wrong way. I gotta go this way to get out of here. The arrow tells me not to go that way. Take you guys a different way around the lake. Typically we go back the way we came, but here's another way out. I like to go the other way when I pull in here because it takes you over that little bridge where you see the lake on either side. But this is also a very beautiful way. A little less bumpy too. It's hard to get the Insta360 camera not to shake. You know, sometimes I watch my footage and it seems like, you know, everything's kind of shaking a little bit. It's just because I have an Insta360 camera in front of me, which you can see right there. And when you have a camera out on a pole and it shakes, even with the stabilization on, you still can get a little bit of shake every now and then. It isn't that the bike suspension is bad. The bike is actually really comfortable. But when you have a camera out on a pole and you hit a bump, you know, that pole is giving a little bit of a give, so it's jumping around a little bit. Look at all those fall decorations. Beautiful. But yeah, the farmers will be harvesting the corn soon. Fields will all get plowed down, ready for next year. Hey, there's a moo cow. Hey, moo cow. Moo. Moo. Hi. Oh, don't come after me, man. I didn't grow up on a farm, so I don't trust farm animals, even though there's a lot of farms around here. So anyway, guys, I guess that's it for this video. Thank you guys for coming along for the ride. I hope you liked it. Bye-bye.